Hey, everybody. Nice to see you today. Welcome to the Noontime Devotional. It's great to be here. Um, I've been reflecting this week on the word significant, and I'd like to talk about that today. I've been thinking about the significant moments during the last couple of months, and I just wanted to ask you to think about that. What moments in the last couple of months have been really significant in your life? And there's a lot of ways we can determine the answer to that, right? So that's something to look at before you answer the question. How do you determine which moments are significant? I'd like to offer a couple verses to you today to help you to do that. One of them is from Matthew 5. It's verse 14. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden. Well, what on earth does that have to do with significance? A whole lot. If you're the light in this world, that kind of changes who you are, your influence, your impact on situations, and therefore what might be significant. See, my feeling about significance is that it's always occurring. Significant moments are all the time moments. Let me give you an example of what I mean. If you're an Olympic athlete, which moments for you are significant? Now, obviously, entering the games, being there at the event is extremely important. It's dramatic, it's significant, especially if you win a medal, right? It's a moment that you treasure, you savor. But what about all those moments that got them there? What about all that digging in training, all those moments of slogging it out and the soreness and taking time to recover properly, stretch properly, the dedication in the moments to the training? Aren't those really the more significant moments because that's what got them there? It's yours to determine. But the way I'm looking at it is that all the moments are significant. So in this past couple of month period, did you have moments that felt humdrum, boring, inane? You were wishing for something else and just felt like routine, routine, routine. Maybe things were taken from you that you felt were significant and you were feeling the loss of them. I'd like to offer up Matthew 5:14 to you so that you could maybe reframe in your mind some of your moments. If you're the light of the world, you're always shining, you're always valuable, your every moment is significant because you are having an impact. So whether it's to the 3 people in your house or the 5 people you connect with during your day every day, or maybe your circle's bigger than that, maybe you're still working, you're an essential employee somewhere, whatever it is, maybe your routine has not changed one iota. It doesn't matter. That's not what determines your significance. So think about it. If you're a city on a hill that cannot be hidden, you're always a light. It doesn't change. And sometimes we look to our circumstance to say to us, okay, now this is significant. You should XYZ in this moment, right? Oh, this is your moment to be Jesus to this person. Well, aren't they all? I mean, aren't we day by day developing our character, determining who we are by our thoughts, what we choose to allow to enter our mind, what we entertain in our thoughts and allow to grow in our feelings, what we allow to take up space in our hearts? Aren't we always doing that? And doesn't that either help us to be our best self or, you know, cause some issues for us? It's something to think about this week. I've been thinking a lot about it. I hope everyone understands their significance. I hope you do, because you are very significant to your Heavenly Father. He created you. He designed your personality. He treasures you for who you are. An example of a guy in a dramatic situation would be King David in Psalm 56. He's having a rough time. He's going through a period of time where he's been running and now he's been seized by an enemy. And I'd like to read a couple of verses as we wrap up and just kind of talk about that a little bit. He's explaining to God his feelings in his situation. He's just pouring out his heart. He's talking about his circumstance to God. And that's really important. And a lot of Psalms always start that way. It's a cry out to him, whether it's exaltation or it's anger or it's frustration, fear, whatever it is, the psalmist gets it out there and expresses to God. And then he reminds himself of his significance. And I'd like to read, where am I? Verse 10, the very end of verse 9 says, "This I know, God is for me. In God, whose word I praise, in the Lord, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. What can man do to me? I must perform my vows to you, O Lord. I will render thank offerings to you, for you have delivered my soul from death, yes, my feet from failing, that I may walk before God in the light of life." He understands that God is for him. He understands that when his significance starts there, really what can man do to him? Whether he is triumphant in the situation or not, however long he remains captured in this particular psalm, he knows that whatever man can do to him cannot take away who he is in God's eyes. And he just kind of reiterates his dedication. He says, "I'll perform my vows to you, O God. So I'm going to stay steadfast to you the way you're steadfast to me. I'm going to be faithful to you the way you've been faithful to me." And this is the way he will walk before God in the light of life. So today, just take a minute, talk to God, reflect on what moments you're valuing as significant, and really let him into that conversation. I was telling some friends of mine a couple days ago that there's a particular quote that has been playing around in my mind lately, and that's that thinking less brings more wisdom. So the less I think my own thoughts and the more I listen to him, the wiser I can be in any given situation. So take a moment, connect to the light of life. Let him show you how he sees things, how he sees you, how he sees the impact that you're having, and bring some adventure into the routine of your day and into your expectations of what is to come in the next week, in the next month. Let him show you what is truly significant in his eyes. So thank you for joining me today. I have really enjoyed these noontime devotionals. And we'll see you tomorrow with Pastor Manny. Bye.